Arrays. Java support arrays. Array is a group of like type variables which are referred by a common name. Array of any data type can be created and it can have one or more dimension. All the elements in an array are of same type. Each element is a single value. The length of an array is given when it is created and it cannot be changed. Individual array elements can be accessed via an index and the array index begins with 0. So array looks like this. So in this case the array name is A, common name is A. The index values begins at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All these 6 values are of same type. One dimensional array and multi-dimensional array are there. One dimensional array, we are going to see about declaration, allocation of memory, accessing array values and initializing an array. And creation of an array is a two-step process. First one is declaring a variable of the desired array type and second one is allocating the memory by using new operator. Declaration. To create an array, first you must create an array variable of the type. Syntax is type variable name. Type is the data type and variable name is the name of an array. Int, month, days, square bracket. Int is the type of data, type of an array, and month, days is the name of an array. When you are declaring an array like this, it does not have any value and this month, day is set to null. That means it does not have any value. After declaring an array, we have to allocate memory for the array by using new operator. New is a special operator which will allocate memory. The syntax for allocating memory is array name is equal to new type of size. Type is the data type of the array name. Size is the number of elements in the array and it is an integer value and new is a keyword. When you are allocating memory like this, it will automatically initialize the value of an array to 0 for numeric type and false for boolean type or null for reference type. Example, month underscore days is equal to new int of 12. It means it will create an array with the name month days which consists of 12 locations and the indexing will start from 0, a of 0, so month days of 0 to month days of 11. The array will be like this, consequent 12 locations. It is named by month days of 0 through month days of 11. For what purpose we are declaring an array like this is to store the number of days in all the months. This month contains the value to 31 and second one 28 and so on. December has 31 days. As accessing array values, once we have created an array, we can assign values to an array. After we have assigned value to arrays, we can access the values of an array by specifying the index of an array within square bracket. If you want to access a particular value, we have to specify that particular index within a square bracket. In this example, assume that we have created an array with 12 locations and these values are assigned initialized to these arrays. These values are stored in this array elements, and to access the value at month days of 3, that is number of days that April has, to access that you have to give like the system.out.println month underscore days of 3. It will display the value 30. Month days of 3 contains the value 30. It will be displayed. So now we can see a sample program for this. Okay, class array1 int month days, then month days is equal to new int of 12. The array creation is over. Then after that we are assigning individual array values. Month 0 is assigned with 31, 20 is assigned to month days of 1, 31 to month days of 2 and so on. 31 is assigned to month days of 11. When we are printing when this line is executed, the output which we get will be like this. April has 30 days. The Next, what we are going to saying, combining the declaration and memory allocation into a single statement. What we have seen earlier is, to create an array we need two steps. First one is declaration and second one is allocating memory. These two steps can be combined together into a single step like this. Type array name is square bracket is equal to new type of size within square bracket. Int month days square bracket is equal to new int of 12. So those two statements can be combined together by using a single statement like this. Next one is initializing an array. An array can be initialized by using two ways. The first method is initialization during declaration and the other one is initialization using assignment statement. Initialization during declaration, when you are creating an array itself, we can initialize the elements of an array by some value. The array initialization is a list of comma separated expressions surrounded by curly braces. So here we can see that int month days is equal to some set of values within curly braces and each values are separated by comma and it ends with a semicolon. We are not using new operator and we are not specifying the size. Depending on the number of values in the array, the size of the array will be set. So the comma separate the values of array elements. The array will be created automatically large enough to hold the number of elements you specify in the array initializer. There is no need for the use of new operator. Now we can see the example. So when you execute this program, you will get the same output as this programs. Okay. See. So here I have given us January. If we want it as April, we can change this April. April has month days of 3. Save and compile. Sorry, I didn't save. Save. Execute. We'll get the output. April has 30 days. The second way is by using assignment statement. Arrays can be initialized using assignment statement. That's what we have seen earlier. Here we have initialized the array values by using assignment statement. Array name of index is equal to value. See, array name within square bracket index is equal to value. Multi-dimensional array, we can have an array of more than one dimension. So if you want to specify a two-dimensional array, we have to add one more dimension when you are declaring an array or creating an array. We can see 2D 2 square bracket is equal to new int of 4 5. It represents a two-dimensional array with 4 rows and 5 columns. 4 rows and 5 columns. It looks like this. And moreover, the array index begins with 0. So this is 0th row, first row, second row and fourth row, third row. 0th row, first row, second row and third row. And each row has 5 columns. The index begins with 0. The first value is the row value and second value is the column index value. It's an index value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second row is represented by 1. And column value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Third row, that is 2, index value is 2, column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And fourth row, the index value is 3, column value is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we are going to see a program, sample program. This is a two-dimensional array, 2D 4 rows and 5 columns. So for each value of I represents the row index value and j represents the column index values. For each the value of I, that is for each row value, the value of column ranges from 0 to 4. J less than 5, so 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is I is equal to 0, j vary from 0 to 4. I is equal to 1, j varies from 0 to 4 and so on. I is equal to 3, j varies from 0 to 4. We are simply storing the values 0 to incrementing the values one by one and storing in the respective locations. When you execute this program, we'll get the output like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. We'll get an output like this. That's what's shown here. So this is a program, and you'll get an output like this. Then we are going to send variation of this two-dimensional array declaration. We can specify the memory for the first leftmost dimension alone. After that, we can allocate the remaining dimensions separately. So in the previous example, what we have seen is in a single line, int 2d 2 square bracket is equal to new int of 4 5. So what we are going to do now is, first we will declare the array wherein only the size of the row is given, the columns is not specified. The column sizes are specified explicitly like this: 2d of 0 is 5, that means 0th row has 5 columns, first row has 5 columns, second row has 5 columns, and third row has 5 columns. What is the advantage of this way of declaration? The advantage is we can declare an array wherein out of these 4 rows the number of the column values may vary. The second dimensions can be unequal. So here we have given an equal value, same value. The second dimension value can be changed, and we can give different values for each row. We can see an example for this. So here we can see that see here int 2d is equal to new int of 4. We are not specified the column value. 2d of 0 is new int of 1, that means 0th row has 1 column, first row has 2 columns, second row has 3 columns, and third row has 4 columns. It looks like this: 0th row 1 column, first row 2 columns, second row 3 columns, and third row 4 columns. So when we execute this program, what we get is the output will be like this. We'll get an output like 0, first row 2 columns, second row 3 columns, and third row 4 columns. Initializing multidimensional arrays. So we can also initialize multidimensional arrays. To do so, simply enclose each dimensions in values within a set of curly braces. So each dimension, first row is given within a curly braces, second row within another curly braces, third row and fourth row, and each rows are separated by a comma. So within a row, the values can be either a single values, constant values, or it may be an expression. We can also give expressions here. In this example, what we have given is, I have given is the first value represents the column values, and second value represents the corresponding row value, multiplying the value of I and j, row index and column index. So here we can see that we declared a double type array M, wherein the size of an array is not given. We are not using any new operator. We are not specified the size. We specify the size by means of initializing this array with some values. Here we can say that this array has 4 rows. So first, this row size is 4, and each row has 4 values. So it is a 4 by 4 matrix, with 4 rows and 4 columns. So when you are printing these values, we will be using 2 arrays, two loops, one for x loop, x dimension, that is row value, and j represents the column value. I represents the row value and j represents the column values. I varies from 0 to 4, j varies from 0 to 4, and we are printing the value. You are printing the value by multiplying the row index and the column index. When you are executing this program, you will get an output like this. So multiplying these values, it will initialize the array with these respective values.